And let me explain this. Years ago, my wife and I lived out east. We're going to Nantucket. It's this little island in the summers, really cool, shaped like a boomerang. We're going to go for the first time. You got to fly a little plane over there. It's like a 26-minute flight. And we get on this little tiny plane, which, it's about that big. And here comes the pilot. My wife's a nervous flyer, and the pilot is, 11. And my wife freaks out. She's like, he's 11. And I'm like, well, he's got a pilot's license. He's flown before. He's got a number of hours. And she said, he just looks too young. Her anxiety went through the roof. And I said, yeah, it is something, isn't it? Surgery, flying planes, little gray hair matters. Everybody in society loves the millennials, loves young kids. I get it. Be very careful. Sixers Celtics was full of young, talented players. Boy, is Embiid good. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Ben Simmons. Man, good. 6.5 minutes to go. This series was decided by who? Veteran Al Horford. 6.5 to go. Out of a timeout, tie score. Brad Stevens calls the number of Al Horford. Scored, assisted, smart screens, good defense. Game 3 and Game 5. Who made the shots or shot late to win the games? Al Horford. Okay, this is why I like Cleveland to beat Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Terry Rozier are very good. I get LeBron, Kyle Korver, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, George Hill. I get veterans. I know we're trying to push all these young people into big jobs and all these old gray hairs to the sidewalk. But ask yourself, aren't there certain places you just feel better when the age starts with a 3 and not a 2? If I told you the person running your 401k is 24, wouldn't you feel a little better if they were 34 and even better if they were 44? I would. This is why LeBron James chose Kevin Love over Andrew Wiggins when he came back to Cleveland. This is why LeBron James chose Bosh and Dwayne Wade and eventually Mike Miller and Shane Battier and Ray Allen in Miami. I like Jason Tatum. He's 20. Can't legally drink in that 4 seasons he stays in. Terry Rozier, 24. Jaylen Brown, 21. Remember last night who hit the big bucket late and seemingly the only bucket in the last 2 minutes for the Sixers? J.J. Redick, the veteran. Look around the world of basketball today. Who is left? Who is leading their team? Al Horford, LeBron, Love, Chris Paul, Durant, Curry. I know we all love young people. I don't want them flying my planes. If I got a heart transplant, I don't want them looking over me. And I really, really don't want to be led by talented young guys in the NBA playoffs. I'll take Cleveland over Boston in 6. As Philadelphia lost, but they're the only team that lost that has to feel good about itself this morning. Minnesota, Portland, New Orleans, Utah, Washington, OKC, Indy. Do those teams feel like, if we just get one more wing score, we got a chance to be great for a lot of years? No, they don't. Philadelphia does. But they were tanking last year. 2 years ago, they won 10 games. Last year, they wouldn't play Ben Simmons. They could have. They were tanking so they could get a better draft pick. You don't go from 10 wins to tanking still to Eastern Conference Finals. They didn't lose this series because they weren't athletic enough. They lost this series for the same reason young teams all in their baby steps lose a series. They lost it situationally. They weren't very good with 2.5 minutes to play. Game 3, Game 5, had it, lost it. It's okay. It's not an excuse. It's a reason. An excuse is dog ate my homework. A reason is I got T-boned driving to work. This is not an excuse. This is exactly and precisely why all young teams, before they get great, are good but flawed. They aren't ready for that moment. They lost this series, games 2, 3, and 5, situationally, not athletically. But let's examine the guy who's going to lead Philadelphia, Ben Simmons, for the next 12 years. You and I know Embiid's going to miss a lot of time in those 12 years if he lasts that long with injuries. So let's be serious here. It's going to be Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is not just a rookie. He's a rookie point guard / he's a rookie quarterback. It is much harder to be Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen than a rookie left guard, Mike linebacker, third corner, 2 safety. The responsibility of being a point guard / quarterback is a heavy burden. Let me tell you what Ben Simmons did, this rookie point guard this year. 18-8-6 in this series. 18-8-6, 53% from the floor. And an excellent, excellent defensive player. Let me repeat, he's not just a rookie, he's a rookie point guard. And I know what you want to say is, Colin, plus minus was not good. He was facing the best coach in the NBA. He was facing an excellent defensive team. He's 20. Everybody, let's examine all the rookie point guards in the NBA this year. Not just rookies, rookie point guards. De'Aaron Fox, Sacramento. Boy, you loved him, right? Kentucky, got to draft that guy. He shot 41% from the floor. Ben Simmons, 55%. What about Lonzo Ball? Even I like Lonzo Ball. Simmons beats him in virtually every category, especially in defense. What about Dennis Smith with Dallas? I saw him play a dozen times, twice live. Oh, yes. His team was 22-47. Simmons beats him in points and rebounds and wins and losses and field goal. He shot under 40%. What about that guy, that French guy for the Knicks? Oh, everybody loves that guy. He's got quite a future. He shot 36%, 3 assists a game. Ben Simmons not only is a better defensive player than all the other rookie point guards, he came in with a greater burden to be great. He came in without a veteran roster of go-to guys. Points, rebounds, assists, defense, vision, court awareness, finishing at the rim, vision. We give all these veteran players, Westbrook and Giannis and John Wall and Anthony Davis, Andrew Wiggins, Damian Lillard. Why do we give them all these years and make excuses? And we're beating up on Ben Simmons, who is essentially asked to be a quarterback as a rookie, got his team to the second round of the playoffs against the best defensive coach in the league, and goes 18-8-6 and shoots 53%. And they only lost situationally, which is completely understandable. Listen, anybody that's a parent knows the younger your kids, the more they struggle on the road. Then they get to be about 15, 16, 17. They're getting to be, teenagers and grown-ups, and you can take them on a road trip and they don't implode. This is what rookie point guards do in the playoffs, against the best coach, against an elite defense, in a game that can get you bounced in the playoffs. Ben Simmons, for the next 12 to 15 years, is going to make Philadelphia relevant. Joel Embiid will not last 15 years. Compare this kid to the other rookies. Look at how they struggled to shoot 40% for the floor. Look at how they struggled to get 4 assists. Who is Ben Simmons passing to? An old J.J. Redick? A guy named Covington nobody out of the Philadelphia area code knew? Dario Saric? And Embiid when he could play, though not back-to-back. He's the future. He's legit. And being a rookie point guard is like being a rookie quarterback. It is a heavy burden, and the kid is absolutely fantastic. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.